Stadium in Houston. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Houston Texans. It's 3-0 versus 2-1, a good early season battle as we're underway in week 4. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll start on the ground with Pierce. Trucks over it. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. Well, this defense for the Chargers, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
Huntley finds his man. It's John Mechie. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 22 yards there, a first down.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. 1st and 10, it's Pierce. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. The Texans hit 3-0 here in the month of September. And they come in on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. To throw, Huntley. Flush to his right. And harm, incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
Here's Huntley. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want their body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
First down, and they stick with Eckler. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there, holding the point of it.
Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got it to Williams. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that's going to make it 4th down. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Back deep is Philip Dorsett. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is just outside the 20-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Remember last time out, they threw the interception on their first drive. Good news, their defense backed them up, so it's still 0-0 here as they begin their second possession.
Yeah, and one great way to judge a defense, how do they handle what we call sudden change? When all of a sudden, you know, it goes against their offense and they have to run out in the field and try and put out the fire. Give this one great kudos for getting out there and not letting that interception lead to points. Excellent job by them defensively.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Huntley to throw. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
And that's how you shake off the interception you throw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
Hey, check that, street.
And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
On first down, Huntley. Flushed out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
To throw on second down, Huntley. That's complete.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
To throw on third down, Huntley. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Jadeveon Clowney showing the explosiveness on the sack. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now on fourth down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. DeAndre Carter back deep. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Taken in at the 11. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going.
The last series form a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10.
And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter.
No score after 1 on EA Sports.
So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10.
Herbert will give this one to Eckler.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
What a dynamic player Eckler has become since going undrafted out of Western State. He was top 5 in rushing touchdowns and all-purpose yards last season, while nearly getting his first 1,000-yard campaign on the ground. Somehow, he has yet to appear in a Pro Bowl. That seems likely to change this season.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
30, 10, and they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD.
We constantly talk about defenders having great vision and being able to see plays unfold and make their own plays, but you also have to have good feel as well because you can't see everything out there. See the play unfold, feel what's going on, and then get into the right spot and make your own play. And in this case, it turned out to be a highlight one.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going.
It's their third drive now, and so far we've seen them punt. In that second drive, CD, they turned the ball over, so not the start that they were envisioning.
Yeah, they've been ineffective so far, but look, they've worked on a game plan all week long. Don't get away from it too soon. Find a way to get some significant gains, loosen up, get going, and then they should be okay the rest of the way.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Here's Herbert. They'll find Everett there, complete. So the completion good for 6 yards. And now it's 3rd and 3.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Herbert on 3rd down now. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams.
And he is going to have the Chargers first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
I think everyone in the stadium saw that big hit coming.
And I, as a former defensive back, have to admit I'm a little disappointed. He actually was able to hold on to the ball. He brought the lumber on that play. Give my man a whole lot of credit for taking the hit and possessing the football.
And picking up the first down. Running on first down, Eckler. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Second and 5 now. Herbert. Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. It'll go as a gain of 4. And 3rd and 1 now.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Herbert wants to throw it on 3rd and 1. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 30 yards there, and of course the first down as well. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. There for a huge loss.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Another try after the first down sack. Herbert. Out left, he's got it to Everett. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Third and long, it's Herbert. Eluding the pressure right. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted.
And the Texans are going to get it back here just past the 35.
When he went on the move there and started rolling out, I thought there was a window, but that window closed quickly, intercepted.
And sometimes, despite how big your arm talent is, you don't get enough on a throw when you're on the move as opposed to setting your feet and stepping into one. That may have been the case there, and the defense certainly benefited.
Let's go.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they've got themselves a 7-0 lead here, but that, you recall, was a defensive touchdown, so still nothing as of yet for this offense.
Well, they're happy to have the lead. We got to cut them a little bit of slack. It's still early enough, just a couple of drives so far, but if this one goes nowhere, those adjustments that we talk about, they shouldn't wait for halftime. They should go ahead and start working on them right now.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Looking to throw on second down. Huntley. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Charger TD.
Well, part of this defense now with multiple interceptions in this game, but this time they say turnabout is fair play because, remember, they had a pick six on the other side, and now they get a pick six of their own.
Yeah, they actually added to some of their nice play throughout this ball game. A good effort by them to secure another interception on this one. A better effort to take it all the way back for six. And how about an exceptional effort to match their opposition's pick six from earlier in this game?
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive. Tackle made there by the safety, Derwin James.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
To throw on second down, Huntley. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Operating from the gun, Huntley toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. It's a 9-yard gain, and it'll keep the drive moving.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Here we go.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Huntley. And he finds Howard complete. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-body tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just tall.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
You can easily see the logic. It's a tie game. They just wanted to press it a little bit right before the half, hoping to get one more score.
Now, easy to second-guess the result, but now you have to think after that interception, just a field goal, and they're behind at the break.
Yeah, I think at the half, the head coach just says, look, that's on me. I wanted to press it, but it's because I believe in you guys.
On Herbert, his third interception. And the Texans are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece. 7-7 our score. Fielded right around the 8. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one. And we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee-wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. It's Eckler again. Shifts by him. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 43 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And 3rd and 8 now.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And that will be incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away.
Here's Dorsett.
Following the punt return here, there's someone shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
Ready? 70 Timberwolves.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. He's got room at the 30. Down the right sideline. Touchdown, Texans.
For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And if you're looking for proof of his speed, Next Gen Stats shows that he was traveling just over 21 miles an hour there.
The Charger drive about to get going. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. They started on the ground with Eckler, and he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
Now that was an excellent run, and when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job, and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. A give, Eckler running to the right. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
59 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll try the air now with Herbert. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read a receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Herbert now. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Christian Harris. And a return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
Hand off right side to Pierce. And he'll work down inside the 45.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Pass the 60. Pass the 60.
And here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Huntley. And he's got a man. It's the tight end, Howard, complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Huntley's throw taken in there by Cooks.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a first down to boot. They'll go option to the short side. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Ball at the 9 on 2nd and 8.
65, 3.
On 2nd down, here's Pierce.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Texans on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Off the bootleg. Huntley out to his left. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
Fairbairn able to put this one through. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7.
So that CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going.
And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
And if we go back to the last series, remember, their coverage allowed them to get a turnover in the last drive, a takeaway, and that helped contribute to a sack on this one. I think maybe his quarterback's a little bit hesitant. Last time he turned it over, now he sees his zone coverage a little bit slow to get rid of the football.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Herbert. He's got his man. That's Everett, the tight end. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 45-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
On first down, Justin Herbert. Oh, no, he lost the football. But a Chargers player was able to fall on it, and they'll keep possession. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there. Their chance to score points, but the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
Now on 2nd and 16. Herbert buying time to his left. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted.
Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. Jonathan Greenard running in to pick up the sack. It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for L.A. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return.
And the Texans will take over.
The Texans offense ready to go here. Keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball. Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
Ready?
Pierce now up the middle. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Dragon 60.
Looking to throw. Huntley.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Here's Cameron Johnston now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete. But the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Play action. It's Herbert. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up the first down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
So that'll be no better than an incompletion, and it's second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Looking to throw again on second down. Herbert. He finds his target, Allen. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Eckler now between the tackles. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown.
Austin Eckler with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chargers have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So they got their touchdown, now down a field goal. Here comes the onside kick. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they
taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown, Houston.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They'd done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Charger drive about to get going.
And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical.
Oh, he caught it. Just couldn't get the feet down. Couldn't get that toe tap sequence, right? I was ready to call tippy toes if that one was completed.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Williams brings it in. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now movement up front. I think they're going to get one of the Charger linemen.
Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Here's Herbert. Forced out to his left. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And incomplete on the deep ball. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Now Herbert. And there's Williams. What a catch.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first.
Herbert going to throw.
And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Throwing, Herbert.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
And the Texans are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Hey, smash Broncos!
Going for it with Pierce.
And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. They had quite a hole to dig out of there on 3rd and long. Not able to get the first, but a pretty good-sized run.
A really good run, but how much confidence do you have in your next play call that you can sell to the head coach? Let's go get it on 4th down. Do you really have a play you believe in, or are you just hopeful? And you got to sell it to the big man before it gets called.
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Houston. On the return, Carter. So Houston going to come away here with the victory.
Charles, so for this losing side, their heads are hanging as they walk off the field today. And really, I mean, we know why. Those 3 turnovers by that offense, that's ultimately what doomed them.
And this is what coaches preach all the time to every team that we ever talk with. Taking care of the ball on offense, trying to take it away on defense. And let's face it, when you give it away 3 times in one game, you make it very difficult for your team to get the W.
So for the Texans, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns.